This is entry 43 of Bill Adkin's life. And today we're going to hear the song Hark the Herald, Angels Sing, and Japanese Geisha girl stories. Can you sing for us first, Bill?
I'll do my best. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God the sinners reconcile. Joyful all ye nations rise, with angelic,
Join the triumph of the skies with
I gotta find
angelic
it though.
hosts proclaim. You want to start over?
There. Okay. Where you want me to start?
With angelic hosts proclaim.
Okay. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
And now play it for us. Very nice. So let's hear about Japanese geisha girls.
Well, I only went to Japan one time. And because the dealer pretty well knew what he was supposed to do, and the competition for street sweepers was really competitive. But he knew he had come to the plant, and he knew the design of the sweeper was the best in the world. And so it was up to him, and he did not want to import one sweeper and then have it fall flat. Then what is he going to do with it? And so he made sure that they knew the sweeper inside and out. And of course, with his visit at the plant, he learned, he operated the sweeper, he did everything. And he was alone. The salesman, there was no salesman with him. So when I got to Japan, a salesman met me at the airport and took me to the offices of Seito. And I met the boss. And I recognized him because I had met him there in Elgin. And he said, Bill, what are you doing this weekend? And I said, well, nothing, sir. I didn't have any plans. He says, well, you know, here it is Friday. You came in on Friday, and we will be available for you on Monday. But until then, where did you think you would wanted to stay? And I said, well, I don't have a clue. I said, Japan is so heavily populated, I have no idea what town to live in or anything. He says, well, I got an idea. What's that? Well, I have a house up in the mountains of Mount Fuji. And he said, I have guests come there quite frequently. And he said, I would like you to be my guest. And I hope that you really enjoy yourself. And I said, well, I'll do my best. So the salesman took me up in the mountains to the house. And somehow they had notified the women there that I was coming. And of course I was in a suit. And I came, and the ladies bowed to me, and I bowed to them. And I said, am I doing okay? And the salesman says, perfect. You just enjoy yourself. And he says, I'll be back at 8 o'clock Monday morning, or whatever it was. And probably 6 o'clock Monday morning. And so he left. And I thought, boy, no TV, no radios, no nothing. Well, I'll just see what can be done. I didn't even have the harmonica with me. And they wanted me to change my clothes, and I got into like a robe. And they had sandals that were about half my foot, because they didn't, guys around there don't have size 15 foot. And but that was okay. I just went barefoot, and so they wanted to make me comfortable, and they hung up my clothes and so on, and I was supposed to sit cross-legged. Oh God, I'd never sat cross-legged that much in my life. And oh boy, did it hurt to sit cross-legged. But I thought, nah, I'm going to do it.
Why do you got to be cross-legged?
Because that's the way they sit.
Yeah, but where were you that you had to do that?
They're in the house.
But at the table? On the floor?
That's it.
So there are no chairs?
No.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
The
understand.
dining room was flat, a floor.
Okay.
Beautiful rug, but that was it. And so I thought, well, what the heck, learn something new today. And the ladies put me in this like a kimono, but it was more like a robe. And they prepared the meal. While they were preparing the meal, they found a English written magazine, so I could read some articles or do whatever with a magazine, and I did. And then it was time for dinner, so they brought me into the dining room, and the one sat down and crossed her legs, and I said, you want me to do that? Oh boy. And I did it, but very poorly. And I kind of slid sideways a little bit so that I could reach and get food for myself. But they prepared a very good meal. It was not spicy or anything like that. It was just a nice, simple food meal, and I have no recollection of what it was. And after dinner, after dinner they entertained me musically. And don't ask me what it all was, but they were typical instruments that they used. And I thought, boy, this is really something. And after that, I went into another room, like a living room, and there was like a half a chair, so I could lean against it and be comfortable. And so they prepared the bedroom. The mattress was about that thick, and
Show me again.
the mattress was only about that thick, but it was a real firm mattress, so it was comfortable. And they put me in a, I can't remember the pajamas they gave me, but they weren't really pajamas. But, and I knew that they are accustomed to a naked man or a naked woman. I mean, there's no big deal for them. So I wasn't ashamed of myself if I got naked. And I laid down in the bed, and boy, did I sleep. And next morning I woke up, and they were both up and dressed. And it was breakfast time, and they gave me a good old American breakfast. Now, I don't remember what it was, but I'm sure it was something like bacon and eggs, toast, and coffee. And their coffee was delicious. And that's the way the day started. And now understand, this was Saturday. And after breakfast, I walked out into a garden area. It was like on the mountain. It was, you know, some parts of the property were steep. And I thought, boy, this is beautiful. And I looked out on the you could see the city from a long ways away. And I thought, this is heaven on earth. And I'm sorry I don't remember a lot of the things that I did, if any, but it seemed like they kept me busy. And Saturday came and went, and Sunday was hardly any different. And they played some music for me, and I sang some songs for them, some simple songs, and I said I didn't know if they knew English or not, but I was going to sing the songs, and I did. And they went. I thought that was really cool, but we got along fine. That I was very interested in making sure that they were very pleased with me, and I did everything they asked me to do, and I was as polite as I could be. And went on into Saturday evening. There was nothing important to do. You just go to bed. And it was dark, and I laid down and went to sleep, and woke up next morning, started the day over. But this time I woke up early. They made sure I woke up early. And I dressed, and well, I took showers, but not that morning, and between the 2 days between it. And they had a regular shower bathroom. They didn't have a bathtub. They had a shower, and it was with a seat. And so that was fine with me. I thought that was really cool. And I had breakfast, and they sang another song, and it must have been a special song because they were both in I guess what you would call harmony, and they had kind of sad looks on their faces. And I thought, they don't want me to leave, do they? You know, that's what I guessed. I might have been completely wrong, but that's my impression. And they made sure that I had everything with me, and pretty soon the driver came up and got in the car and started down the mountain. And he said, well, Bill, how was your weekend? And I said, oh, it was unbelievable. Walking through the gardens, the ladies, they even gave me a massage. I said the food was excellent, well prepared. I said it was just a dream. And So away we went back to the office, and I started my presentations to some of the salesmen who understood English. And pretty soon it was plane time, and they had to take me to the airport, and off I went. So that was my experience with geisha girls and Japan hospitality. And I'm sorry I never went back, but it just wasn't justified. And because they were doing their job. And my boss never asked me one single question about my stay there in Japan. I thought, okay, if you don't want to, if you're not curious, I'm not going to tell you anything. And I didn't. He turned out to be a real jerk. And he would wait until I took a trip and then come back and criticize me. Why didn't you go here? Why didn't you go there? And I said, why didn't you tell me you wanted me to go here and there, and I'd have planned it? And then he'd shut up. But he was a big man, and
So he didn't get to hear the geisha girls' stories because he didn't ask.
he never asked a word. And I don't know if he ever saw any geisha girls. I mean, he saw women, of course, and dressed in the kimonos and so on, but I don't think he ever saw any geisha girls. And I think he was only in Japan one time also. But that was my Japanese experience.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. We'll be back. We're almost done.